Hello, welcome back to Put the Tip In. It is the 13th of November. Glad to still be at home doing the normal format. Still feeling a little under the weather, but we are getting there. The horses are still feeling a little under the weather, clearly, because yesterday we only had the one winner. That one winner was Ludor, um, and that returned us £46, 6 to 1. It did mean we were £4 down on the day with our five horses, albeit I guess it depends how many of those you managed to get, because I know one of them was fluxing. If you only got the four, then happy days because you're £6 up, but we'll do it as if we got all five. I feel like that's the responsible thing to do. We actually also in tier two had Malakash place in that race at 9 to 1, meaning actually we got the 1-2 in that race if we had a forecast. West of the Bridge, to be honest, ran a really good race over the odds in our overpriced. Carrow Green Castle, Calcune Dest did not do that with any success. But yeah, West of the Bridge looks like the revival is on its way. Um, we also had our footy bet come in, which originally I said was a bonus bet, but it turned out to be a football bet because I did search and search and I just couldn't find an angle on anything. The only game I really had any angle on was the Man United game, and to be honest, the odds just weren't good enough to even, come at you with anything. Hopefully that changes today. I will have a look. If not, maybe I'll introduce a darts bet or something because my darts pick last night did win, and I was considering putting it out there. Decided against it because it's not, one of the categories we currently cover. But my plan is to continue doing more and more sports. So, and he doesn't love the darts. Um, but we'll move on to today's horse racing. So we'll jump straight in with tier one. And tier one today, we've got one, two, three, four horses. Two are in the same race, and then two others. I really like tackling the 234 at Sedgefield. That is the 234 at Sedgefield, and we're tackling it with two horses. Um, I really like Girl of Gold. That's Girl of Gold at 12 to 1, and Dilly's Gunner at 28 to 1. Dilly's Gunner. I know a 28 to 1 shot in tier one, right? Both are relatively solid. Both have form at the distance. Both have form at the course, and both have form in the ground. I just think they're two solid picks in a wide open race. And yeah, they hit all of the markers for a tier one horse. Both of them. I couldn't pick them apart. So I couldn't exactly just put Dilly's Gunner, for instance, and Overpriced. They both had to go in. So that's Girl of Gold and Dilly's Gunner. We move on to the 309 at Sedgefield, and that is Halfway House Lad. Halfway House Lad at 309 at Sedgefield, and that is 5 to 1. Now, I can see this horse fluxing a little bit in the market, so you might have to shop around. The bigger the price, the better. But it's an extra place race, and I do really like this horse. Finally, the 348 at Punchestown. The 348 at Punchestown, and that is without exception. Without exception at 5 to 1 as well. And again, this horse is fluxing about a bit, so you'll probably need to shop around. Will love the ground, loves the distance. I just think amongst everything else, it's a solid bet. However, it is quite a wide open race, so it doesn't come without risks. However, there are your four, and we move on to tier two. So in your tier two today, you've only got the two horses. I've actually had to remove two because being at big prices last night, they've come in and been very short today. Very frustrating. One of them actually was a non-runner as well, um, and that was like I think called Maluti or Maluri. It's in a race where we already had a horse. Um, so your tier two starts at the 250, the 258. Yeah, we'll do it that way around. The 258 at Market Raisin, the 258 at Market Raisin, and that is Sea Houses. This horse is 6 to 1 currently. I think it will come in like a bullet. I just don't understand the pricing of it. To be honest, it was very close to being a tier one horse, but the race is just too wide open for me to do that. And if I'm perfectly honest, Sandscape probably wins this race. But Sea Houses will run it in second, and I'm hoping if Sandscape makes a mistake, Sea Houses overtakes. So Sea Houses. Um, we then have the 210 at Punchestown, the 210 at Punchestown, and Fedneys Park at 11 to 1. Fedneys Park. Now, this is the Bromhead horse, very consistent, kind of an unknown with only kind of the 3 runs. Yeah, I just think the world is ahead for this horse, and this could be the start of that. I thought the last run was good, just left too much to do, bad jockey ride. Um, yeah, 11 to 1 seems way too big for Fenton's Park. But it isn't an extra place race, and there are a lot of horses in this race. So I do warn Ebb on the side of caution there, but had to put it in. It's a horse I really like and want to stay on the right side of. We then move on to the overpriced section, and we got 3 for you today. Your overpriced section, the 223 at Market Raisin, 223 at Market Raisin, Warner's Cross, and that is currently 12 to 1. Was bigger this morning. I think it will drift back out, to be honest. Just heavily overpriced. The next horse is drifting like a barge, and is a horse I love. It was very close to being a tier 1 horse. And that is Figurehead in the 12:30 at Punchestown. Figurehead in the 12:30 at Punchestown. 28 to 1 currently. Could have easily been in tier 1. Very much like this horse. Think it's a very winnable race for Figurehead. Someone must know something I don't, because, like I say, 28 to 1 seems wild. And finally, in the 3:48 Punchestown, the other horse I like is My Good Pal, and that horse is on the drift. My Good Pal, 3:48 Punchestown, 16 to 1. Um, Now we have got some other stuff for you today, actually. I've got a bonus bet and a play. So the play is actually the 11:55 at Punchestown. It's a 6-place race, and that means we can take it on with multiple horses. There are horses I want to take it on with. It's James the Brave, Western Model, and Fox LaBelle. That is James the Brave, Western Model, Fox LaBelle. 5 to 1 for Western Model and James the Brave, and 20 to 1 for Fox LaBelle. I think they're all in with very good chances. I just like tackling these big Irish handicaps that way. And realistically, if one wins, happy days. If one wins, one places, you get the idea. Um, and then the bonus bet for the day is kind of like again a little bit of a play. But the boost on Sky Bet today is Moon over America. Um, Now I do really like the chance of this horse, but when I looked at the race, I actually thought it was Kafir Dudari that was the one more likely to win. Now the advantage is that they've boosted Moon over America now, so I don't have to choose between the two. What I will do is lay. So I will put £5 down on Moon over America, and then £5 on Kafir Dudari. Moon over America will be even money, so if it wins, we've covered our Kafir Dudari bet. But if Kafir Dudari wins, we'll have more back and cover both. If Kafiri if they obviously drift, then even better. And if Kafiri drifts to an each way price, I'd fancy taking that on. Um, but yeah, I just weird pricing in the market. It was a great reason for us to bet, but odd one for Sky Bet to boost. Clearly, maybe they think the race is a bit more wide open than I do, but I think it's a 2-horse race, and I think they're the two. It could be a Khalif de Burley situation, and I end up with egg on my face, but we'll see. Um, they are your horses for today. I will be back with a sports bet later. Hopefully football, but we'll see. And fingers crossed, we're in the green today. See you later.